experience something that I thought I will probably never experience. I mean, it's words cannot describe. Last night, or in the morning, this morning, pretty much, I heard gunshots fired, and I kind of thought nothing of it, but I kind of like sort of looked out to see if something happened. All of a sudden, my uncle woke me up and said shots got fired. Somebody down the street got shot, and see about that person. I'm like running to her, and her leg was shot, her stomach had a bullet, and I don't know, I think maybe somewhere on the neck or something like that. And she was still conscious, and I was talking to her and praying to her in tongues, of course. I was speaking in tongues like crazy. And talking to her and speaking in tongues and talking to her, and hoping that where's the ambulance. And the ambulance, I salute Manatee ambulance. They got there at great time. I mean, they got there great time. Police got there in great timing. I know they don't probably get that kind of praise. Well, Bradenton Police and Manatee, y'all responded well in that situation. Wow. On time to really have a shot to help this person. And I was talking to her, trying to get her name, and she told me her name, and I forgot her name, and it was, wow. It was unbelievable. I'm trying to register everything in, take everything in, but I heard that to the police, they told me that she's doing okay so far. She lost a lot of blood, I know. It was amazing situation, and where I'm at, that doesn't happen. I mean, horrible. So I hope I can get this video going. But it's what happened. And pray for the woman. And me, I'm like, pray for both sides. Pray for the shooters. Pray for the woman. And to bring peace to the situation and justice properly dealt with to rectify the situation. But that's going on everywhere. But I have experienced it. That you see on television, like you're in that it's like you're in that Law and Order show, SUV. Oh my God! I mean, wow! It was like, I can't believe I'm in it. I'm there. I'm here. Somebody's dead. I mean, dying on me, and it was just horrible. Horrible. It was horrible. But the topic of this message, it's what I was meditating yesterday about the mirror of understanding. You know what I'm saying? The reality of the mirror of understanding. And the mirror of understanding is what God taught me about well, it's all in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if you follow, Ephesians 1:18, the eyes of your understanding be enlightened. It's in Colossians. Colossians talks about spiritual understanding. I think 1:8, I think I might be wrong, but 1:8 talks about spiritual understanding. But here's what I want you to understand about the mirror of understanding and shout outs to Rihanna, person, part of the youth that I go to at Resonant. And I was talking to her about her situation with her people, her surroundings, her family, in sin and darkness, and she's trying to be a light. And I was trying to explain to her how to go about handling people. That you ask questions to a person, you make a person question or get on a quest to try to find out, to reveal to them, to see what they need to see. And it's like, oh yeah, of course, Matthews 13 and 15, they have eyes but they can't see, they have ears but they can't hear, neither do they understand in their heart. And understanding is about questioning why to get on a quest to find the answer. That you're supposed to get on a quest to find an answer. That's what Jesus says, Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the doors will be open. A quest is what everybody's supposed to be on to truly, if they're going to be in sincereness of finding the answer. But here's the thing, and it's interesting. Last night I was talking to a friend at the bar. A friend of mine, about how she needs to question within her heart concerning to see herself and see it for who, see that she is a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? That we more likely allow people and how they treat us, judge us concerning how we see ourselves. A lot of people right now, are in that in that position inside themselves. And the problem is, this world system is about getting people on the outward quest and not the inward quest. You know what I'm saying? They want you to question to find out. People get in relationships to question and find out, to see if somebody can love me for the kind of person I am, even though I have a lot of negative tendencies, and accept the negative tendency of the kind of person I am and try to cultivate a relationship with a negative heart. Not going to work out pretty well. But God showed me this concerning the ideal of Jesus Christ, encounter with Saul that became Paul. That now Jesus, Paul was, going to Damascus, finna go kill up more Christians. After he done killing Stephen, he went out and started. He went after more Christians, and all of a sudden, Jesus asked Saul at the time, a question of, why are you persecuting me? Now watch this. Jesus didn't say, stop persecuting my church and my people. He said, why are you persecuting my people? And what Jesus did is he responded in the light of understanding. And the light of understanding is all about asking the question, why? You know what I'm saying? And asking the question, why, for a person to get on a quest to see within inside their heart and their soul and their mind concerning of what they're doing. Because, a person is blind, spiritually blind is what the ideal of Matthews 13 and 15 is all about. Saying that they have eyes but they can't see, ears they can hear, neither do they understand in their heart. So it's an inward blindness. It's not an outward blindness, but the inward blindness will be the result of the outward blindness, and will cause us, of course, looking at people wrong, mistreating people wrong, because we're not trying to question what's within ourselves. And that's where it says, I believe in Ephesians 3, it talks about the heart be darkened, our hearts. The hearts are darkened. Concerning that we see ourselves, a person that is in darkness, that is mistreating people, doing wrong, is because of the darkness that in their heart, that they can't even see themselves or don't know what's wrong with it. But what I learned about a person as really a sinner and a person that's hurting people is that certain people know that hurt people. But the foundation of every act, most of every act of a wrongdoing, comes from being hurt within inside themselves, within inside your heart, that it becomes twist, and Satan unfortunately twists it in people's heart concerning their hurt, and have them doing things contrary to, or have themselves doing wrong pretty much, and doing other people wrong because, thinking that this hurt going to get healed, hurting other people, unfortunately. But the thing is, understanding is supposed to be a mirror, and a mirror of light to reveal what's inside of our hearts and inside our soul and what's inside our minds, to help us see the bad condition or good condition, or both bad, some good, some bad, the condition that is inside of us, that we can recognize what's inside of us. And that's what understanding is supposed to do. It's supposed to get on a quest to see what's wrong with us, and not only the spiritual understanding, to heal those areas. And God taught me that, to be honest, and as what it says in the 3 H's nation, honest to be real, humble to realize. When you come to a place that you have to come to this place. It's not a place that's going to come to everybody, but you got to come to this place of humble and humility for a true process of healing to take place. And understanding is going to show you to what extent of what needs to be answered and within inside of yourself concerning the problems that had been going on in your life. Pretty much is, it's a cycle of problems that end up that someone is responding to negativity or doing something negative because past problems, pretty much. That understanding reveals the truth to what happened to you, in what situation occurred that caused the situation, and the people that are outside of you are not the villains, but what's the hurt within inside yourself is what's making you a villain or a bad person or wanting to mistreat people. The hurt is doing that. It's not so much the people. Is what I learned about understanding of seeing that mirror. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to Paul when Jesus asked him the question, why thou persecute me? Paul looked inside his heart, and he looked inside his soul and looked at inside his mind. That Jesus asked a question, and that what was the sequence of the deliverance process of Saul, and Saul became Paul. And the thing is, and that's why true conversion can only take place when we understand the mirror of understanding that we are supposed to be questioning why within inside our hearts and soul and mind we are concerning our performance of hating people, of loving people, of whatever we're doing. And I hope you understand the mirror of understanding that, that you need to heal you within inside of the areas that are going on inside of you, and to give you the power and ability through Jesus Christ to be more better person, more love, more have joy, have peace, have gentleness, establish the Spirit of God inside you, is what the quest of understanding will help you to do if you go on that quest to question why and what's going on with inside yourself. Is what it's all about. So that's the message. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope you got it. To God be the glory. him forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.